everyone. So let's get started with today's topic, that is Lokpal and Lokayukta Act of 2013. This is actually a follow-on of what exactly we had studied, we had revised in the earlier Let's Revise. So regarding the question, the model question, consider the following statements with reference to Lokpal and Lokayukta Act of 2013. Prime Minister has been brought under the jurisdiction of Lokpal. Second statement, it has a 7-year limitation period from the date on which the offence mentioned was alleged to have been committed to file complaints. The third statement, it can suo motu initiate proceedings against public servants under its jurisdiction. And again the statement, the demand of the question is for not correct statement. So again, please revise what exactly Lokpal and Lokayukta Act is all about. Lokpal and Lokayukta Act, it actually aims at establishing the institution of Lokpal at the center as well as Lokayukta at the state level, so as to provide a uniform vigilance as well as an anti-corruption institution in both at the center as well as at the state level. So that is the main aim. And regarding the selection committee, the search committee, the composition of Lokpal, etc., we had discussed in the previous session of Let's Revise. So please view it once again if you want. And regarding the jurisdiction of this Lokpal's jurisdiction, it also includes Prime Minister. The Prime Minister has been brought under the ambit of Lokpal, as well as ministers, members of parliament, as well as group A, B, C, as well as D. The public servants of this category also has been brought under this particular jurisdiction of Lokpal. And the most important severe criticism or severe limitation of Lokpal is that it shall not inquire or investigate into any complaint if it complains or it receives, if that particular complaint that is alleged, that particular complaint is linked with an act that has been committed 7 years before, that is more than 7 years before this particular date. In such a case, that particular commission or that particular act need not be, it will not be coming under the purview of Lokpal. So I will read it once again. However, it shall not inquire or investigate into any complaint if the complaint is made after the expiry of period of 7 years from the date on which the offence mentioned in this particular complaint or such complaint is alleged to have been committed. So this particular act, severely has been criticized as well as limits the power of Lokpal. That is 7-year limitation period only has been provided. Along with that, the next most important criticism is that it cannot suo motu proceed against any public servant. And also, if a complaint is filed against a public servant, then that public servant will be getting free legal aid also. So that again is also a criticism of Lokpal. Along with that, anonymous complaints are also not allowed, and even if actually an anonymous complaint or a person complains against a public official or public servant, and if he or she is actually unable to establish it, then heavy punishments are prescribed for this particular act. So that is also, heavy punishments are also prescribed. So this actually deters any person, any whistleblowers from coming forward and providing this particular and providing complaints or blowing the whistle. So heavy punishments are also prescribed for false and frivolous complaints against public servants, and it may deter the complaints that is being filed before the Lokpal. So along with that, it is actually a non-transparent manner in which the complaints against the Prime Minister is being probed and conducted. So that non-transparency is also being criticized or has also been criticized by several activists. So that is the most important part. So regarding the jurisdiction as well as the limitation, we are covering in this particular session. So coming back to the question, Prime Minister has been brought under the jurisdiction of Lokpal. Yes, that is correct. That is, Prime Minister has been brought under the jurisdiction. Second one, it has a 7-year limitation period from the date on which offence mentioned was alleged to have been committed to file complaints. That is also correct. That is, the 7-year period is actually a criticism. It is actually a limitation also, and this particular limitation period has been provided. Third statement, it can suo motu initiate proceedings against public servants under its jurisdiction. So again, since it is asked for the not correct statement, third statement is wrong. That is, it cannot suo motu as well as it cannot entertain anonymous complaints as well as heavy punishments are also prescribed against those who are failing to establish the complaints or establish this or provide the proof. So in such a case, it's actually a limitation also. So since it is asked for the not correct statement, the answer has to be Bombay 3 only. So that's it. Thank you.